Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and something I'm trying new. I'm calling it the weekend update, and I'll throw these out on weeks where I did a whole bunch of work, but I don't have a whole bunch of work to show for it, if you know what I mean. And I'll put together some of the other things that have been happening in the shop. So I'm excited about doing this because it gives me the opportunity to really bring in a lot more stuff than just my build updates or one subject thing. I can spread it out. And that's what I want to do today because I got three things to cover for you. So I'm going to bring you down to the desk here to start. Um, we'll talk about real quick the 32, and then I'm going to talk about a few things, and then we'll come back to the 32 and finish it out with this. But I told everybody I was going to chop the top and smooth it. I did that, and then I couldn't see what I needed to do anymore for this top. I thought I had it where it was ready for paint, but you can see all the scratches, and there's still a lot of that texturing left in there um, that I just didn't even, I couldn't feel it. I couldn't see it. I thought I had it, but obviously I was nowhere close to it. Uh, so I took it over, I took it over to the booth. I hooked up my little what do they call this brush? Or, the seeker brush that I've been using here, and blasted the top real quick and the sides just so I could see where I am on that top. The sides, I know I still got a lot of work to do. I dropped an eighth of an inch out of this top, and my plan was to bring it to where this section right back here doesn't have the flat anymore. So it comes down and kind of just does a nice swoop all the way around, maybe just a little tiny bit of flat on there. Um, and then that'll bring me to where everything else falls down too. So what I did is I took some of my white Tamiya tape and I wrapped it all the way around this and then marked everything right up to that edge with a pencil, and then came in with a hacksaw and cut right in the middle of that. Um, so I had the pencil line on both sides, and then I sanded down to the pencil line on this side and up to the pencil line on that side, and then up and down and back and forth and changing because my angles and everything. And I finally got it to where it's sitting pretty decent on there, and I was really happy with that. And I started sanding, and I started using the my sprue glue, and I got to the point where I was like, all right, let's see where I am with the top, and then I'll hit everything. So I did that, and I still got a long way to go. I got my filler now um, around this to where I'm ready for filler. Boy, I hacked above the window there, and I didn't even hit that with sprue glue. So I'm going to do this with filler next and get those columns and everything. But I did get the basic shape down. Uh, with the front, I angled the front a little bit this way, flattened it out on the inside that way on the A pillar. The B pillar and C pillar were just pretty much, they just would have dropped it, dropped nice. But that kick out on the A pillar needed to be redone a little bit, and it was really super simple. I I brought this end in, I narrowed it up on the front or the back side of it, and then rescribe my line. And while I was doing that, I shaved my hinges. You can see, man, I wasn't even close to sanding that all out. But I shaved my hinges off, and I filled the hole for where the door latch was. And see, I still need work with that too. And that's why I like using the gloss paint because it really shows everything. Um, but rescribing this is the best cheat in the world because when you do that, you can't tell if it's cattywampus just a little bit one way or the other. The scribe line tells the story. Yep, that's where the door panel is, and nobody thinks twice about what you did to make it that way. So that's what I did. And again, I filled the hole here for the door latch. The door latch is going to come out front. I'm not opening the door, but just by moving that door latch to the front, that's going to give this thing the look of suicide doors. I am half tempted to take the hinge that, make a hinge here and here just to kind of throw that into where, okay, that's where it's hinged. But I'm not sure. I mean, I might just leave it the shaved look. That's way down the road. I still got a lot of work to do to clear out those panel lines, or the cut lines. But there's that, and like I said, I used Gaahleri Seeker uh, to spray that, and I'm going to be using this for this entire build, just because I had somebody say, "Okay, you're getting free stuff from Gaahleri, and that's why you're promoting it." Well, I kind of took offense to that because, yeah, I'm getting free stuff from Gaahleri, but you will never hear about it unless I think it's worth telling everybody about. And for 50 frickin' $5, I think it's somewhere around that. And they're giving 10% off on Amazon, and I got a 10% off code in the or a 15% off code in the description that's good until the 31st of this month. Yeah, I'm going to promote it. It crap, it did a good job. I painted the pinto with it. I put one coat on the pinto. That one's going to get painted with this. But I said I'm going to take something I'm putting a lot of work and use the airbrush. So it's not because I'm promoting Gaahleri. I love their equipment, but I'm promoting myself on this because dang it, if I'm telling you that I like it, I'm telling you the truth, not just because they're giving me enough money to buy a kit every month or so. So I'm done with a rant. I'm having too much fun today. I also did something that I had a bunch of people ask, and that was to have coffee cups made again. I've had several people ask for coffee cups, and I tried to do it once. I had 4 coffee cups made. They ran almost $50 by the time they got to me. If I tried to turn around and sell them or send them and just break even on it, it would have been like $22 each for these coffee cups. Um, my cost without shipping. So it was like, well, this is crazy. There's got to be a better way. Well, I found this company out there that, here, let me bring this down because I made a thing. Spreadshop. I found them out there, and they're like, I design it, put the logos on it and everything, and they'll print it and ship it as you order it. So there's not a whole bunch of, I'm not going to have 9 bags of different sizes of clothes in the basement and trying to figure out how to get them shipped when half the time I ship something, it never gets there. So I opened the store up here, and I actually bought this myself for today um, in the mauve. It's not pink, Lenny. It's mauve because I think pink was a little too pink. But I ordered this, and I actually went down, and it's 26.99 plus the shipping. And I went down and I added, because there's a little edit button right here on the thing. I added the same logo to the back, and it was like $36 with shipping for the shirt. So I got that. I'm really excited to have a shirt where I can go to the show. I added these hats on here. Just I was playing around with the camo and stuff like that. These coffee mugs aren't the big coffee mugs. I think they're 11-ounce coffee mugs or 10-ounce coffee mugs, but they really look nice. The one has here, I'll bring it up. The double-sided logo. This is $18 plus shipping, and their shipping wasn't all that bad. Um, the product details on this thing, yeah, these are 11 ounce. So I just wanted to have everybody, so you know what you're getting. I did order this today for 25 bucks. I don't have a good tumbler, and I'm a big fan of iced coffee, so I bought this. And I think between the whole thing, between that and the shirt, and I took the 20. Right now, 7 days left. You get 25% off. I took that, and Terry would be able to correct me, but I think it was like $40 for both of those, and that's including the logo on the front and the back of the shirt. So I didn't think that was too bad. And I'm really jazzed to be able to get hats and the coffee mugs out there. So for everybody that wanted one, uh, here we go. I did, like I said, make the store placard here for the end of my videos. But I'm also got the link down below because nobody's going to remember that. So if you go to the description after you watch the show, the HTTP, the web address will be there. So we'll be all good to go there. Let me bring you back to my phone now. I'm done promoting myself. But I have to give another kudos to Gaahleri. And like I said, this is my weekend update. So this is all the stuff that happened this week. And this happened the other day. And I almost fell out of my chair. You know, I bought the Avanis. I got this one when they first came out. This is the first run. And not many people heard about this because I was having problems with that zero point 0.4 millimeter needle. Um, the point 0.2 sprayed okay. The point 0.4, I wasn't getting any good patterns out of it. I was immediately on the horn with Jerome, texting him saying, "Hey, I'm having problems here. I can't get a good pattern. I tried all kinds of different things with it, and nothing's really working." And it just happened to be the same day that they put out their video saying, "Yeah, these things aren't working right. We're going to send you an uh, updated parts package." It's like a $200 package. It's really nice too. But when I tore it down, I redid everything. You saw my 1930 Roadster I just did. It did a fantastic job. It was night and day. But he also told me, he goes, "I want you to have one of the Avanises that came after that problem, and I'd like you to use that and see the difference of what this came as and what that is." And I'm curious to with all the, because I replaced the needle, the jet, the cap, um, the I don't know why this, but the stop and the needle guide. So that all came with the updated, along with the point 0.2 millimeter needle jet and cap. So when I used it, it worked great. But he said, "What color do you like?" I says, "I love black." And this is what came in the mail the other day. And man, I am so jazzed because these things aren't cheap. And he wanted me to have it so that I could tell everybody I tried one of the new ones. They do work or they don't work. And I'm not going to say they do work or don't work because I haven't tried it yet. But I'm just jazzed on how nice this black is. They even engraved it for me again. So thank you, Jerome. I can't wait to get this in the spray booth. I will test it sometime this week. I painted the Pinot yellow. I'm going to paint the Pinot again with this just because I want to see how this sprays. You see, it came with the fantail, the needle protector on here. Um, I'm just psyched. I really am. It comes with the point 0.4 uh, needle jet and cap. It comes with the two cups, the line air dryer. It comes with a quick disconnect uh, female end with the Mac valve. So I don't really use the Mac valve, but it might turn in handy to have sometime when I'm doing something. It's just one more thing there. But I want to give I want to give Gaahleri a kudos just because they said they had a problem, and they wanted to send me this because they were offering this to everybody. Um, if you got the first run and you were having problems, they gave you the choice of returning your money and walking away from them, keeping yours, and they'll send you all the parts like what I did, or you could have sent yours back and they would send you another one. So he actually sent me the parts for that so I could show everybody how to do that, and then he sent me this too. So when you see me using the black Havanis, this is the updated one that he sent. This is the second run or the second edition with all the problems taken care of or supposedly taken care of. So I will be busting this out really soon to show everybody. So with that, I want to come back real quick to the 32. I'm done doing all my business stuff, and now I want to talk about the fun play stuff. Um, I made mention about it last week about what I want to do with the lights. I am doing headlights. I am going to put these two side lights on here. I am going to try to light them somehow. If I can drill a hole out through here and into that light, it's going to get lit. And I'll paint the LEDs orange, but leave the lenses clear. So when there is no light, it'll be clear lenses, and then the body, and I am doing the fenders on this, so I think this is going to look really sharp. But the back, I wanted to talk about it last update, but I was getting really long in the last update. So I'm going to talk about it this update, or the weekend update. I don't know. And let me know if this is a cool thing to do or if this is just, never do this again because it's a waste of time. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a drill bit and I'm going to drill my turn signals right into the body, all the way through, big enough to be lenses. And then I'm going to take a piece of sprue or of the evergreen, glue it behind there, drill a hole in that so it goes all the way through that one too. And then I'll drill two small holes for the LEDs to go into that so they're pointing out. And I'll cap off the backs of those and fill that with resin so it's flush with the back of the car. And I've messed around with this resin and found that if it's a little bit high, I can sand it down to the body height and then polish it with after I do do everything else. I don't want to try it with a clear because I haven't done that yet. But when I do the wet sanding and the polishing, that's when I'm going to do the clear in there or the resin in there. And then I will paint that with my Tamiya's red after everything's done. So those lenses are going to be flush with the back of the body. No chrome trim, no nothing, just the dark red with the, and I have the mint green. I'm sorry. I was thinking about painting it mint green. I'm going to paint this turquoise. So the turquoise will come up. You'll see the red in there. It'll be all cool. And I'm half tempted to start cutting in right here for the license plate and make the license plate flush in with the body too. Probably should have done that before I primed it, but that's not the reason why I primed it. But that's my plans for the back of this thing, and I think that'll look cool with the fenders and the radials and everything in the back. We are going, like I said, I'm going to do the Kaleidos turquoise. I'm doing it up to the brake line right here, across the body, around the back, and around this side. And I think I'm going to do the whole top in stainless steel from the brake line up, all the way down the hood. And I'm going to do the radiator shroud in the stainless. So it'll come up and over. The body will come over. And like I said, I'm going to have, or I don't know if I said, because I filmed this whole thing once without hitting record. But I'm going to have the hood on with the side, the hood sides on it too. But on the passenger side, I'm going to have the hood up and over the top. So I already split the hood down the center so that I can open the one side up, have that panel up over the top so you can see that flathead in there. And like I said, I'm still waiting on the new kit because I used all the parts from this kit pretty much on that 30. So there's my plan with this. It's going to take me probably this week before I have the body where I'm happy enough with it to put it in paint. But honestly, I cut this Thursday, I think it was, and I didn't do anything Friday. except for get it glued together. And then Saturday I worked on it a little bit, but I had to add the sprue glue, and I needed that to dry, so I just went upstairs and didn't do really diddly on this whole thing all weekend. But we're getting there. I'm getting excited. Um, and I think I've wasted enough of your time here today. So let's go and thank Gaahleri again for everything. Geez, this is almost like the Gaahleri show, but I want to thank Gaahleri again for everything they've done for me, the community, and all that. If you use Grandpa Mark's hobby or Grandpa Mark on the Gaahleri page, you'll get 10% off of your order. Now, if you use, and there's a code, if you go to Amazon to buy the Seeker, there's a code right now until I think it's the 31st that will get you, I think, 15% off plus their sale price. So look for that in the description. Jump over there if you're thinking about getting a baseline airbrush for, I think it'd be like $40. You can't go wrong. I'm telling you, I'm impressed with that airbrush. Again, my store's open. Check it out and let me know what you think, or if there's anything that I could do to change it. We are doing the 24-hour build. I don't want anybody to forget about that. That's coming up. It's going to be quicker than you think because that's what happened to me last year. But it's going to be October 17th. Myself, Lennis Schultz, Bruce from Bruce's Eclectic World, and Jason from KRD Klein Racing Car Design will all be in there for 24 hours. And then we'll be able to have a bunch of slots for other people to bounce in and out throughout the night, show us what they're doing, have a little BS section, keep us awake, and laugh at our mistakes. And I also want to thank our veterans, our active duty members, and our first responders for putting it out on the line every single day. Without you guys, we couldn't do what we're doing. And then lastly, and I'll let you go, let's not forget about Automotive Model Car Livecast every Thursday. They missed it last Thursday because of technical difficulties, so I expect them to have a doubly good show this week. And with that, I'll let you go. This is my project for the week. The new kit's coming today. I can't wait. And we'll get on it. So with that, I'll let you go. Y'all have a great day, a better tomorrow, a fantastic week, and thank you very much for watching.